Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and I want to talk about this. It came out of nowhere for me. Now, I'm a movie monster fan. I love them from Aliens, if you count Aliens as movie monsters. I count the Predators like a movie monster, but you get what I'm saying. But even the classic ones, I've always loved ever since I was a kid. Frankenstein, vampires, werewolves. And I think recently we haven't gotten enough, really cool and... really cool and gritty vampire and werewolf movies. We've gotten some, but this came out of nowhere. It's called it's called The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Now, I pulled up something to explain what it is. I wanted to show some of it, and then maybe we'll talk about what it is, because it's based on the Dracula book, but...
The Demeter, on charter from Romania to London.
This is what I like, though, is that, and if you want to watch the trailer, you're probably going to have to go and watch it all in one. If I did it here and tried it, it always gets claimed and sometimes blocked in 180 countries, so you wouldn't even be able to watch it on this channel, so we have to break it up. But right away, I love the concept. It's going from one location to the next. A slow travel out in the ocean, isolated, and you could work with this environment as far as being creepy. And something that I want to see more and more in period pieces, showcasing some of the technology of the time. And I say that not meaning like, computers and whatnot, but just some advancements of the time. Even from simple stuff as back in like 1800s or maybe even earlier, they had these cool devices that shut off candles all by themselves. And we never see that in movies, or I can't remember some neat stuff. So I'd like to see really neat and grounded stuff that they did back in that time that would surprise us.
Contents unknown.
So already we got some cargo moving.
Out at sea with no land in sight.
I dig that already.
This here is Clemens. He's a doctor.
Now, this guy, at first I thought it was Finn from Star Wars. I got a glance at him, but now I'm thinking no. I watched it on a little phone first. No, that's Heath from The Walking Dead, isn't it? What's his name? I know his name.
University of Cambridge. I know my way around.
He was in the 24 spinoff, right? I know his name.
Our charter has agreed to pay.
Yeah, that's him.
Timely arrival in London.
And then the guy from Game of Thrones.
Let me show you the ship. This here is Huckleberry.
Yeah, already atmosphere. Liking it.
We don't come with like this to give the eels clear.
Demeter's a fine boat, no doubt.
This is neat as well. We're in the really lower decks of the boat, and you can even see the shape of it. And I dig this, and I really want to see what they can do. I wonder if they're utilizing the dog to get even in other areas that maybe people aren't, unless you're part of the maintenance or repair or something. I don't know a damn thing about traveling back in those days, but maybe utilizing the dog to get into some other environments that you wouldn't otherwise have a person running around in.
Something
ripped apart the animals.
all the livestock. This looks like a bite.
And, when they're on these long voyages, it's something we might not think about, but I don't know. I mean, obviously they would be, using salt and whatnot to preserve meat and shit like that, but they also... Damn, man, a long time ago, I read on how they would fight against, you know what I mean, where they don't get enough of the proper vitamins. What's that called? Scurvy? But the processes that they would do for long voyages, and one thing is having livestock on the boat. Livestock on the boat, Dracula, man, listen, just to kick it off. And that's also another added problem for the people there. If Dracula... killed all the livestock, then it's going to create problems within the conflict within the crew.
Everywhere. Evil is on board. Powerful evil.
I didn't see anything there, but I will say, when they did this moment in the trailer, I was kind of hoping we would get a shot where they're like, search this ship everywhere. And it's at nighttime, so they're not thinking that, I don't know in the movie at this time, they're thinking that Dracula can be anywhere, but just picture this. They're like, all right, we have to search the ship. The livestock's been eaten. There's some sort of, animal or creature or something on the ship. We have to find it, yada, yada, yada. Because that's important, like I just mentioned about running out of food with a long journey. So then picture they search the entire ship. They're all careful, cautious. It's tense. A few minutes play out and they search it all. And it is nowhere. There's nothing. They check every nook and cranny from beginning to end, from front to back. There's nothing on this ship. And then the camera pans out and maybe there's a little bit of a lightning storm going on because then we can see better. And then from our point of view, once we scan back and you can see the entirety of the ship, lightning goes off, and in the flashes of lightning, you can see Dracula like slowly with his wings, up in the sky, meaning they search the entire ship and they're baffled that they can't find anything. But we as the audience can see like Dracula's, he's not even hiding on the ship at times. He's just kind of hovering around his prey, maybe even like vulture-like. At nighttime, in the daytime, sure, he has to, and maybe that could be even another tease, like we're waiting for the characters to realize, let's search the ship in the daytime, Just a cool, I thought they were going to go that direction, and that idea stuck with me. I was like, oh, that sounds so cool. Is there something here that I'm not seeing, though?
Powerful evil.
Ah, see, that looks cool. And I like the gross look to vampires. I think there's a couple different stages. And I like when they do the stages. Like if they need to eat and they look like more, just more monster-like. In here, this is what that kind of reminds me of. But I also like, maybe a more established Dracula that is distinguished, handsome gentleman, captivating, yada, yada, yada. I like that angle as well, but having them both blended is probably my favorite, my preferred. That music is going to get me, though. If I don't stop it frequently, I know that's going to flag.
In the night, it drinks our blood. He is here.
And this is cool, too. I don't see any wings, though, which I don't need it, but I always thought that would... Maybe... Yeah, there's no wings. It's just just a body.
We call
emaciated.
him Dracula.
Oh. See, they're using the lightning. They're good.
He's coming!
And that's badass, though. Oh, shit. I dig this. The bat ears look. Again, I don't know. There could be wings there. I'm sure they could sprout. Why not?
Did you see the size of that bloody thing?
Is that another one? Yeah. What is it doing? Oh, shit. Look at that. The wing looks like it's on his arm. I dig that, too. Instead of coming out... Actually, I think I might like that better. Instead of coming out like an angel from his back, usually with shitty CGI, having the wings be a part of his arm, just like a regular bat. I think I like that better. Aw, this might have ruined it. At first, I thought that was the Game of Thrones guy, but it might be that other dude. Now when you watch it, anyone with a crooked bottom tooth, you'll know. He's the dead man. I wonder if he got bit and turned too, because that other person got bit. That looked like a female. Yeah, that looked like a female. Or no, was that a brand?
I'm gonna kill the cursed thing.
Oh, there's the wings. That is awesome. Yeah, right there. That looks sick. I like the look of him.
He is on the...
That guy got a crooked tooth? Uh-oh, this guy's fucked. And they're tackling him after he got bit. Man, listen, You just spoiled it. This guy's getting... Yeah, I like the look of his claws and all that. Oh, he's drinking his neck. Maybe he's the one. They're all burning up. I'm assuming they're all gonna die. I just want to put this out there.
The devil
Yeah, look at that.
is real. May God have mercy on us all.
Oh, shit. That's a cool look, too. Just... Oh, shit. Look at him. Oh... I wish they'd do more practical, though. That's the only thing, because CGI looks terrible with movie monsters, especially fast-moving. There's just something about it. I want to see practical. Oh, I didn't even see that. Check that out. He must be growing then. That's another idea I like. Maybe smaller wings as he's, because he's really emaciated at first. I'm assuming this is the voyage where Dracula's first brought over and he's just like starved essentially. And as he's feeding and getting nutrients, maybe his wings grow, he's getting more power, and then he can even start transforming. Yeah, check that out. That looks awesome. Yeah, that looks really cool. Now, this says it's coming out in August. I looked up this real quick and it says August 11th, 2023. And down here, it also gives a little bit of a, based on the Dracula book by Bram Stoker. Dracula is a novel by Bram Stoker published in 1897. Now, the narrative is related through letters, diary entries, and newspaper articles. It's an iconic book, and I've never read it myself. I've watched the movie with Gary Oldman and Keanu Reeves long ago when it was new. I think what's her name is in that. She was younger in that. Who was that? The girl in Stranger Things. She was also in Edward Scissorhands. I'm losing her name, but you know what I mean. Joyce in Stranger Things. I think she's in that as well. It has no single protagonist, but opens with solicitor Jonathan Harker taking a business trip to stay at the castle of Transylvania noble Count Dracula. Now, the thing, though, is I hear from the comments, the Voyage of Demeter. You could look it up if you have even greater interest, but I want to stay relatively spoiler-free. But just to set it up, it's essentially the Dracula, I'm assuming, my speculation is... dug up from wherever he was captured. He's emaciated and weaker, and he's feeding on the boat. And this voyage is going to take him where he ends up for the Bram Stoker's movie. Just to give you context, I don't know if this is a connection or this is a prequel to that. I mean, it could be in this day and age, but that's not how I'm going in. As this is actually a chapter from the book, Bram Stoker's Dracula. But it's not, at this point, I don't know if it's related to the movie. I think that would actually be pretty badass if you found out this was the prequel. But I think in the old movie, though, didn't you see like a little snippet of his voyage? Only like maybe in condensed down some. I'm gonna have to look that up now because I might be mixing it up with other movies. But yeah, so just to set it up, this is a chapter in the book that is his voyage from one location to the next. And him feeding it. And that's why I'm assuming everyone's going to be dead by the end, which I'm cool with that. I just want a really cool vampire movie. Comes out in August. I just saw this pop up out of nowhere. I have to leave for work, but I wanted to begin the conversation because maybe there's more vampire stuff we can talk about, at least on this channel with us. I want to begin the conversation, but also keep an eye out for it. Because come August, I think it would be cool to check it out and then discuss it. That's a cool poster. So you have the Voyage of the Demeter. Go watch that trailer. Give me your thoughts and opinions down below. Was that Christopher Lloyd in classic Dracula? I actually have a Dracula sitting. He's up there on the top. NECA made the 1930s Dracula from the Universal Monsters. It looks just like it's ripped off the screen. It looks amazing. Look that up as well if you're into Dracula stuff. But here we go. Thoughts and opinions below. I got to get going. I'm done talking. It's your turn.